Hey folks, Mike Dawkins with World Cast Anglers with your Jackson Hole fly fishing forecast for the weekend of June 14th and 15th. As I said last weekend, it's feeling a little bit more like July than June. And looking at the South Fork of the Snake behind me, that is a little bit more apparent. We've got great water clarity. We've got great water conditions. We've got bugs hatching. We've got trout habitat everywhere. We don't have a complaint in the world right now on the South Fork of the Snake. Our weather patterns are pretty hot and pretty dry and reminiscent of July. We had some pretty good rainstorms the past couple days that'll help us a little bit. But we're going to keep our fingers crossed that we get a bit more precipitation here going into the end of June before we start our true summer season there around the 1st of July. We've got a couple big things coming up this weekend. Friday, we have our Fly Shop happy hour, 4 p.m. to close. We've got half off our trout flies. We've got our sale rack at 60% off, and we have dollar tall boys for those 21 and up. Stop by, get stocked up for the summer ahead or your weekend on the water. Sunday, June 15th, we've got the ranch opener on the Henry's Fork, which is a big deal for especially those that love dry fly fishing, head hunting, and walk wade fishing for big rainbows out there on the ranch. And Sunday, we've got Father's Day, which is a great day for all of our dads out there who taught us how to fish and love being outside. So big weekend coming up this weekend with a lot of things out on the water. Palisades Reservoir above me is 93% of capacity. Jackson Lake is 99% of capacity. So our water is really sort of starting to get to that full mark. We're starting to see some of our discharges get greater than our inflows, which is exactly where our water managers needed it to be. And actually, the Snake River Basin is now starting to decrease in its capacity as consumptive water users and irrigators call for more water below us for agricultural purposes. Saturday and Sunday, it looks pretty steady, 79 and 49, partly cloudy. Sundays, 82 and 51 and partly cloudy. And our 10-day forecast moving into that is a lot of the same, a lot of this, a lot of sunshine, a lot of warm days. And for those that like wearing shorts and flip-flops, it's your blessing, but it is starting to get a little bit dry out there. As I was saying, our fingers are crossed for some precipitation ahead. The South Fork of the Snake behind me, 11,400 CFS coming out of Palisades Dam, 11,200 CFS down there by Heise. As I was explaining, we've got great water clarity on the South Fork of the Snake right now. Fishing conditions are really good. We're still seeing mostly our fishing opportunities in the subsurface realm, nymphing with rubber legs, small pheasant tails, blueing olive nymphs, San Juan worms, blobs, all of that stuff. But we're starting to hear some more consistent dry fly fishing reports, especially on the lower river where we're starting to get, some more consistent warmer temperatures and starting to see some of those bluing olives and mayflies creating some really good dry fly fishing opportunities down there that are gaining some consistency. The Henry's Fork, we've got 510 CFS coming out of the box, 1,230 CFS there on the lower river. Salmon flies are pretty much done. We're still getting some good golden fishing there on the lower river and the upper river, but we're starting to get our PMDs, our caddis, and our yellow sallies, and the drakes are just there. We've heard some reports of some of the first ones coming out. For me, that's some of my most fun dry fly fishing on the Henry's Fork is the green drake hatch after sort of the gobs of people filter through with the salmon flies and the stone flies. Be ready though for the Henry's Fork to still be a busy place, but with the ranch opener on Sunday, it's going to dissipate some people out, which is sort of what we need there on the Henry's Fork. So top to bottom, the Henry's Fork is an awesome choice going into fishing opportunities for this weekend, especially for dry fly fishing enthusiasts. The Teton in the Valley, we've got 1,170 CFS by Driggs, 2,210 CFS on the lower river. We saw flows on the Teton come down where we thought we were sort of over the hump of our runoff, but with the rain and the warmer weather coming back, we saw flows increase in these later portions of the week, and we saw clarity decrease. So it's sort of still teetering out. We had some folks down in the canyon, and it's pretty big. Water clarity is okay. It's still pretty cold. I would say it's almost there, but not really there yet. Similarly with the Snake, 3,170 CFS there out of Jackson Lake Dam by Moran, and 12,800 CFS going into Palisades Reservoir down by Alpine. The Glory Bowl is pretty clear, and old timers in Jackson always said when the snow melts out of Glory, we're getting close to being done with runoff. So I would expect the snake to continually drop and clear here in the next 7 to 10 days, and we probably have 10 days to 2 weeks before fishing conditions really get good. You can check out the water up there by Jackson Lake Dam to Pacific Creek. It's always clear, especially with streamers, an intermediate line or a sink tip line or something like that. And those discharge pools can be a lot of fun. We've had some good reports coming out of the Green and the Salt coming online. So we've got a lot of good fly fishing opportunities going into this weekend, especially with expansive offerings there on the Henry's Fork. So don't miss out on our Fly Shop happy hour, 4 p.m. to close, 50% off all our trout flies, dollar tall boys for those 21 and up, and our sale rack is 60% off. We're on summer hours, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you here next week.